Hello again, my name's John, a retired cook from the northeast of England, and welcome to another bread recipe. And today is quite a special bake, as this is the 100th bread recipe I've posted on the channel. And to celebrate this, we're making a delicious but very quick and easy cheese baguette or sub sandwich bread, crispy, golden and full of flavour. The perfect bread recipe to mark this amazing milestone. And I'll also show you how to make up 2 or 3 of our favourite sandwiches using these delicious cheesy baguettes, including this stunning prawn sandwich. You can see the ingredients list and full written method for this recipe on the recipe page on the channel's website. And the link to that page and lots more is in the description box under the video. Just find and click on the word more. And that'll give you access to all the relative links for this video, including our website store products. Okay, let's get on with this very special 100th bread recipe. As always, I'll start by testing that my yeast is alive and well. First, add the sugar to the warm water and mix until dissolved. And now add your yeast to the water and give that a good mix too. And if you want to use fresh yeast in this recipe, you'll need 20 grams. Remember, it's always best to test that your yeast is working before you start any bread recipe. Right, set that aside until it activates. If there's no change after 10 minutes, your yeast must be dead and it needs replacing. And there you are. After 10 minutes, the yeast is fully active and ready to go. First job, I need to grate the cheese so it's ready to go, and I'll be using the coarse side of our very own double box grater, which is now available in the website shop. Using just a mature cheddar is fine, but for a contrasting colour and flavour, I'll be using a 50-50 blend of red Leicester and cheddar. Try not to use store-bought grated cheese as it contains anti-caking agents like potato and cornstarch, and it doesn't mix well with bread dough. On to making the dough. But once again, due to my dodgy right hand, I'll have to use my stand mixer. But if you don't have a machine or you just want to work out, this dough is easily kneaded by hand. Okay, add the now active yeast mixture. Once you have the liquid in, you can add the flour. Next to go in is the salt, but don't add the cheese just yet, that goes in later. If you are kneading this dough by hand, simply follow all the instructions that's on your screen. And once you have a nice smooth dough, you can carry on with the recipe as normal. And back to my machine. Attach the dough hook. And on speed 1, bring all of the ingredients together. And once everything's together, set your timer for 10 minutes. And while that's kneading, you need to lightly oil a large bowl with half a teaspoon of any cooking oil. This allows the dough to release from the bowl easily after proofing. Back to the mixer. When there's 5 minutes left on the timer, you can gradually add the cheese a bit at a time. Once all the cheese is in, just let the machine finish the kneading time. And just so you know, if we'd added all of the cheese at the start of the kneading, it would have just all blended into the dough, making it way too soft. And a very quick mention to the channel's Patreon, PayPal and Super Thanks supporters. I'll do the name splash and shout out a little later in the video. Okay, once the time's up on the kneading, turn out the dough onto your worktop. As you can see, we still have flecks of cheese in the dough. If we'd added the cheese at the start of the kneading, those would have all melted into the dough, thus making the dough soft and difficult to handle. Now give the dough a quick knead on the bench, then form it into a ball as shown. To tighten up the outer skin of the dough, drag the dough ball on the bench like this. And there you go, a nice tight and tidy dough ball. And once your dough ball's formed, get it into your oiled bowl. Cover the bowl. I like to use the shower cap for mine, and these are available in different patterns and colours in the website shop if you're interested. Now all you've got to do is to let that proof for 1 hour in a nice warm spot. Next to prepare is a 45cm or 18-inch strip of cling film or plastic wrap, biodegradable in my case. This is to cover the pre-shapes, which you'll see in a moment. Lay it out flat and give it a thin coat of any cooking oil. I'm just using sunflower. Okay, I'll set that aside for now. Right, time's up on the proof, and as you can see, it's nicely risen. Turn it out onto the bench and give it a quick knead. Then form it into a ball once more. We now need to divide it into 4 equal pieces, and the best way to do this is with your digital scales. You should have around 1100 grams, which is 39 ounces. So each of your 4 pieces needs to be around 275 grams or 9.7 ounces. And there you go, spot on first time, if you can believe that. Once they're all cut, dust your bench with a little flour as shown. Now form each piece into a dough ball. Try to copy this rolling technique. It's quite easy once you get the hang of it. I've slowed it down quite a bit so you can see what's happening. When you've formed a ball, roll it into a fat sausage shape like this. Now place it on the flour and do the same for the other 3. Once all 4 is done, cover them with the oil cling film, obviously oil side down. Okay, let those rest and relax and slightly proof for 10 minutes. Now this period makes it so much easier to form the final baguette shape. Right, I'll be using my perforated baguette tray to bake mine on. But if you haven't got one of those, a large cookie or baking tray like this will be fine too. Okay, on to forming the final shape. Take one of your pre-shapes and place it on the bench oil side down. Right, using your fingertips, tap it out into a rectangle like so. Now starting at the top, roll it towards you a little, then give it a little push to tighten it up. Don't forget to tuck in the ends as you go, just follow the way I'm doing it. Once you're at this stage, use the heel of your thumb to tap the seam together. And when you've done that, turn it seam side up to make sure it's all properly closed. Tidy and straighten it up, and once you're happy with it, carefully lift it onto whichever baking tray that you're using. Make sure it's seam side down when it's on the tray. If you're using a flat baking sheet, you need to allow for the rise and the oven spring, so make sure you leave as much space between them as possible. Now do exactly the same for the other 3. Okay, I'll have a quick clean up. Now this flour is a bit oily, so you can't really reuse it in your dusting bowl. Right, using your lightweight cloth, cover them and let them proof for 30 minutes. Before going any further, preheat your oven to 200 degrees Celsius, that's 390 Fahrenheit, or gas mark 6. Soon as you turn your oven on, add a pan of boiling water to the bottom shelf, and it's the steam that's produced from this water is what makes your bread crispy. Proofing time's up, let's see how we did. And they're looking very good. Right, using the fine side of the box grater, grate a little cheese on the tops of the dough. Now it's time to score the dough. Get your lame or baker's blade and run a slit right down the middle of each one. Take your time with this, do it a little at a time, until you're about 6 mm or 1/4 of an inch deep. And that's it, these beautiful cheesy baguettes are ready to bake. So get them into the preheated oven, and as a reminder, it should be set to 200 Celsius, that's 390 Fahrenheit. Once in, set your timer for 16 minutes. And while those are baking in the oven, I hope you don't mind if I give my brand new Buck 5 a quick shout out. This latest release features 12 all-new bread recipes not found in any of my previous 4 books, along with even more brand new recipes for air fryers, pies, cakes and desserts, and much more. The book also includes interactive elements such as QR codes linking directly to step-by-step video tutorials for each recipe. And you'll find links for all 5 books in the description below the video. Okay, time's up on these gorgeous crispy cheese sandwich baguettes. Whenever you have a water pan in the oven, make sure you open the door slowly or you'll get a blast of steam in the face. And they're looking fantastic. And that aroma of a combination of baking bread and toasted cheese is absolutely mouth-watering. If you want a bit more colour and crunch to yours, just leave them in for a couple of minutes longer. But these are absolutely perfect for us. Right, I'll get them onto a wire rack to cool, and when I come back I'll quickly go through 3 of our customers' most popular sub sandwiches. Okay, let's cut one open. It has a nice crispy crust, but unlike the traditional long fermentation baguettes, these have a closed crumb, which are perfect for sandwiches. And this first sandwich is a ham, lettuce, tomato and red onion. First I butter the bottom, next I add the lettuce, then a line of sliced tomatoes. Next to go on is the thin cut red onions, and topped with the roast or boiled ham. Salt and black pepper, and finally a good layer of mayo on the lid. And that's your first sandwich suggestion. Next is our most popular sandwich, and that's this stunning prawn salad. Same deal with the butter. Lettuce, a line of tomato and cucumber, lots of good quality prawns, and a layer of simple Marie Rose sauce, which is a mixture of mayo and tomato ketchup on the lid. And that's our beautiful prawn salad sandwich. The final sandwich is a Stilton tomato and red onion. A good helping of Stilton or blue cheese, a line of fresh tomatoes sliced thin, topped with thinly sliced red onion, and butter or mayo on the lid. Right, cut your sub sandwiches like a pro, on an angle. It looks good and it makes it easier to bite into, which is what I'm about to do with this beauty. And that bread is absolutely delicious, guys. It's easy and relatively quick to make. Another big thumbs up for my 100th bread recipe. And as mentioned earlier in the video, here is the latest list of my Patreon, PayPal and Super Thank You button supporters. And they are Sam Humphrey, Glynis McCree, Eddie McGuigan, Jens K3250, Sumi Osaka, BearCub599, Lavinia Rawlinson, Loves the Wind and OGD Higgins. Thanks very much, guys. I really do appreciate all that you do in supporting the channel. Well, thank you again for watching. Please like, share, comment and subscribe by hitting the circle above. If you do subscribe, activate the bell icon next to the subscribe button on my channel page. And by doing that, you'll be automatically notified every time I upload a new video. And in the meantime, here's a few of my other videos and playlists that you may want to watch. So, until the next time, be safe in your kitchen and bye for now.